Welcome everyone to this comprehensive step-by-step tutorial on how to create a purchase requisition in SAP using the transaction ME51N. Today we will cover the complete end-to-end process including the full approval workflow. Whether you are new to SAP MM module or an experienced user looking to refresh your knowledge, this video will give you clear practical guidance. We will start from the basis of what a purchase requisition is and how to navigate the ME51N. Fill every important field correctly, handle account assignments, save the document, and then understand the release strategy and approval process in ME54N. You will also learn best practices, common mistakes to avoid, and how to check the status of your PRs. This tutorial is designed to be practical and easy to follow with real screen examples. So make sure to watch till the end and take notes. If you are preparing for SAP certification or working in procurement, this will be very helpful. Let's begin this detailed journey into SAP purchasing. In this video, we will follow a clear structured agenda. First, we will understand what a purchase requisition actually is and why it is important in the procurement cycle. Then we will learn how to navigate and open the ME51N transaction. We will go through the initial screen, header data entry, item overview, where we enter material details and quantities. After that, we will cover account assignments, categories, cost centers, GL accounts, and additional text. Next, we will see how to save the PR and get the document number. Then we will dive deep into the release strategy configuration and how the approval process works. So you will also learn how approvers use ME54N to release the requisition. Finally, we will explore how to check PR status using ME53N and generate reports with ME5A and ME2N. By the end of this tutorial, you will be confident in creating and managing purchase requisition in SAP, and this knowledge is essential for anyone working in materials management, procurement, or finance teams. Let's move forward step by step. Our purchase requisition, commonly called PR in SAP, is an internal document created by a department to request the procurement of goods or services. It serves as the procurement of goods or services. It serves as the starting point of the entire purchasing process in SAP. The main purpose of a PR is to get proper approvals before actual purchase orders are created, which helps in maintaining budget control, compliance, and transparency. In organizations, PRs ensure that every purchase is justified, approved by the right authorities, and aligned with company policies. So, there are different document types in SAP, but the most common is NB for standard requisitions. Once created, the PR goes through a release strategy based on value, department, or material group. So after approval, it can be converted into a purchase order. Understanding PRs properly is crucial because errors at this stage can cause delays in the entire supply chain. And in this tutorial, we will see the complete practical process so you can create accurate PRs confidently. So now we are moving to navigation to ME51N transaction. So to start creating a purchase requisition, you need to log into your SAP system. Once in the SAP, easy access menu, and you can either follow the menu path, that is logistics, then material management, then purchasing, then purchase requisition, and then create. Or the fastest way is to enter the transaction code, that is ME51N, directly in the command field and press enter. So ME51N is the standard transaction used for creating purchase requisition in SAP MM module, and this screen is very user friendly once you understand the layout. So many companies also allow creating PRs through shopping carts in SRM or Flory applications, but ME51N remains the core classic method. Before starting, make sure you have the necessary authorizations. Always double check that you are in the correct plant and the purchasing organization. So in the next slide, we will explore every part of the ME51N screen in detail so you don't miss any important field. So moving towards the ME51N initial screen. Here we are on the initial screen of the transaction ME51N. The important field is document type. For standard items, we usually select NB. Then you enter the requisitioner name. This is usually your own name or the person requesting the material. So delivery date is very critical because it derives the entire procurement timeline. You can also enter the material group and the plant at the header level so they are copied to all items. The screen is divided into header and item sections. So take your time to fill these fields accurately before they affect the whole document. SAP provides many helpful features like copy from previous PR or templates. But for now, we will create a new one from scratch. Pay special attention to the date formats and required field marked with a check mark. Once these are filled, we move to the next item detail. Now moving towards header data entry. In the header data section of ME51N, you define information that applies to the entire requisition. Key fields include requisitioner, delivery date, material group, plant and purchasing organization. The plant field is especially important as it determines the location, storage location and availability check. You can also maintain purchasing group if your company uses it for workload distribution. So these header details help in reporting and approval workflows. SAP automatically copies many of these values to the line items, saving your time. So, however, you can override them and item level is needed. So, always ensure that the delivery date is realistic considering the lead times. Incorrect header data is one of the most common reasons for PR rejection during approval. So, take a moment, take your time and then review all the header fields before proceeding to items, because once you put it wrong, then you will also get a rejection. Now we can do the item overview, material and quantity. So now let's focus on the item overview section. This is where you enter the actual materials or services required. Enter the material number, a realistic quantity and the correct unit of measure. Delivery date can be adjusted per item if needed. You can also add multiple line items in one PR. For non-stock materials or services, you can use material group and short text description instead of material number. Always verify the material master exists and has a correct procurement details. Quantity should be based on the actual requirement to avoid over or under ordering. This is very important because you don't want to waste your money and time as well. So, SAP will validate many fields automatically. This section is the heart of the PR. Means this is so much important that you have to put so much focus on this part, because accuracy here is very important for successful downstream processing into purchase orders. Moving towards the account assignment and cost center. So account assignment is one of the most important parts of a PR. Click on the account assignment lab for each item and choose the correct amount assignment category. For example, K for cost center is very common. Then enter the cost center, GL account and if applicable, profit center or internal order. These fields ensure that the cost is booked to the right place in finance. An incorrect account assignment can cause many problems during invoice posting and financial reporting. So many companies have validation rules that check these combinations. Always coordinate with the finance team if you are unsure about GL accounts. Proper account assignment is a key for accurate budgeting and cost controlling in the organization, because obviously if you put the wrong number, then your image will be not as good as it should be, and it also takes a lot of your time and effort and wastage of money. So you have to be very careful in account assignment and the cost center part. Now the additional details and the text. So these are also very important because you have to go to the additional data tab for more detailed information. Here you can maintain delivery address, tracking numbers or other specifics. Most importantly, use the item text section to add clear notes. There are different text types like internal notes for approvers and delivery text for vendors. Good text help approvers and understand the requirement better and reduce back and forth question. Obviously, it's like a to-do note list, like you put your diary or some tips or tricks to remember your points. So these are like them. So you can also maintain long text with formatting. Many companies have mandatory text requirement for certain high-value items. Taking time to write clear and professional text significantly improves the quality of your purchase requisition and speed up the approval process, because obviously it looks professional, then it will be approved faster. Moving towards, we have to save the purchase requisition. So after filling all details, it's time to save. Click the save button or press Ctrl plus S. We have also made some tip and tricks for SAP. If you are new to SAP or you want to learn some shortcuts of SAP, then there are many shorts that are uploaded in channel. Go and check them. So SAP will process the document and generate a unique purchase requisition number. For example, 100,123. This is just an example. This number is very important because you have to note it down or take a screenshot. You will see a success manager at the bottom. Once saved, the PR enters the release process if a strategy is configured. Always double check everything before saving, because changes after release can be restricted. So this is very important. You don't have to save without checking, because if there are some mistakes, so you have to be responsible for them. So saving creates the document in the system and makes it visible to the approvers. So congratulations, you have now successfully created your first PR in this tutorial, and I hope so it's not that much tough as it may be sound. Moving towards the release strategy and the approval process. So the most organizations use release strategy for controlling PR approvals. The strategy is based on value, limits, material groups or departments. Release codes are assigned to approvals. So the workflow can have multiple levels. For example, a manager approval for small amounts and director approval for higher values. This ensures proper authorization and prevents unauthorized spending. The release strategy is configured by the SAP MM consultant customization, means the SAP material management consultant in customization. So as a creator, you need to understand which approvals your PR will require. In the next slide, we will see how approvers usually release the PR using ME51N. Now approving PR in ME51N. So approvers use transaction ME51N to release purchase requisition. So in this screen, they can see a list of pending PRs assigned to them. They review the details, add comments if needed, and then release or reject the document. Releasing is usually done by clicking the release button or using the release code. Some companies use workflow notifications via email or SAP Fiori. So use proper comments during approval or rejection. They can help maintain transparency. Once all required releases are done, the PR status changes to released and it becomes available for conversion to purchase order. So after approval, we have to check the status and we have to report it. So after creation and approval, you can check the status using ME53N by entering the PR amount and the PR number. The screen shows current release status, whether it is partially ordered or fully processed. For mass reporting, use ME5A. It means list of purchase requisitions, or ME2N for PO related reports. So these reports help track pending items, monitor bottlenecks, and generate management summaries. You can filter by status, plant, material, or date range. Regular monitoring of PR status ensures timely procurement and avoid delay in projects. So now we have to conclude our presentation and the key takeaways that you should remember. To conclude, here are the key takeaways from this tutorial. Always plan your requirements properly. Fill accurate date in ME51N. pay special attention to account assignment and tax, and understand your company's release strategy. You can also double check before saving. Use ME53N and ME5A regularly to monitor status, and following these steps will make you efficient in SAP procurement processes. Thank you so much for watching this detailed tutorial, and if you found it helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more SAP MM tutorials. Drop your questions or specific situations or real life examples in the comments. I try to reply to as many as possible, and share this video with your colleagues who are learning SAP. Wish you all the best in your SAP journey. See you in the next video. Thank you.